A very pleasant good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Gil Cohen Field on the campus of Brevard College for a weekday afternoon non-conference matchup between the Brevard College Tornadoes and the Emory and Henry Wasp, who make the trip to the mountains of western North Carolina from the state of Virginia. Should be a good one this afternoon. Here's your lineups. First for Brevard College, leading off the shortstop Jason Jucker. Batting second, the center fielder Zach Allison. Batting third, the first baseman J.J. Wilkes. The cleanup hitter is the second baseman Ryan Roon. Batting fifth, the third baseman Holden Lanier. Batting sixth, the left fielder Donnie Carcillo. Batting seventh, the catcher Matt Kelly. Batting eighth is the DH Tristan Jones. Batting ninth is the right fielder Jock Pledger. And on the mound, making his first career start, Reed Zymick. Zymick will be the pitcher for the Tornadoes. The Wasp lineup is as follows. Leading off, shortstop Caleb Haynes. Batting second, the right fielder Jacob Zoller. Batting third, the third baseman Hayden Milley. Batting fourth, the DH Chandler Cazelli. Batting fifth, the first baseman Joe Talone. Batting sixth, the catcher Nathan Treadway. Batting seventh, the second baseman Josh Woodard. Batting eighth, the left fielder Dan Roy Boggs. Batting ninth, the center fielder Connor Buchanan. And on the mound, Cameron Mullins. Well, we're about 13 minutes away from the scheduled first pitch of the Tornadoes versus the Wasp. And glad you're able to join us on this Wednesday afternoon. Weather is absolutely ideal. Temperatures creeping up into even the 70s potentially this afternoon. And partly cloudy skies and just very pleasant, unseasonably warm temperatures for this time of year. Well, stick with us. We'll have first pitch coming up following starting introductions and the national anthem. First pitch scheduled for 3 p.m. Eastern Time, Tornadoes versus Wasps. Thanks for joining us for Brevard versus Emory and Henry. Baseball coming up shortly as the two head coaches, Trey McCall for the Wasp and, of course, head coach Mike Victory for the Tornadoes, exchange lineup cards, a customary meeting at home plate where they'll go over ground rules as well. And final instructions from the umpiring crew. A 3 p.m. scheduled first pitch between these two. Pitching matchup between Reed Zymick and Cameron Mullins. Zymick for the Tornadoes making his first career start. The freshman left-handed pitcher from Charlotte, North Carolina, Ardrey Kell High School. And we'll bring you the starting lineup introductions, national anthem, and then the first pitch scheduled for 3 p.m. here at Gil Cohen Field. Glad you're able to join us for this edition of Brevard College Baseball. Thank you and good luck to both teams. Let's play ball. Here's the Tornadoes as they line up defensively. In right field, Jock Pledger. In center field, Zach Allison. In left field, Donnie Carcillo. In the infield at first base, J.J. Wilkes. At second base, Ryan Roon. At shortstop, Jason Jucker. At third base, Holden Lanier. The catcher is Matt Kelly. And on the mound for the Tornadoes, Reed Zymick. Well, just about ready to get started here. Wasps and Tornadoes here at Gil Cohen Field. Should be a good one. Reed Zymick making his collegiate debut as a starter for the Tornadoes, the left-hander from Charlotte. His battery mate will be Matt Kelly, and then the Tornadoes as they line up defensively in the infield. J.J. Wilkes at first, Ryan Roon at second, Jason Jucker at short, and Holden Lanier at third base. Outfield left to right, Donnie Carcillo, Zach Allison, and Jock Pledger. Leading off for the Wasps will be Caleb Haynes. We're just two more warm-up pitches away from the first pitch of this one. Haynes, Zoller, and Millie, the due-up batters for the Wasps here in this non-conference matchup, Emory, Henry, and Brevard. So Caleb Haynes will lead off for the Emory and Henry Wasp as Reed Zymick ready to unleash his first pitch as a starting pitcher in collegiate play. He's made some appearances this season, but this will be his first start, and the first pitch paints the outside corner for strike one. First pitch at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 70 degrees at game time, and an 0-1 count. This ball is fouled off. Wilkes making chase, and then bounces off the roof of the visiting bullpen. So an 0-2 count. Zymick ahead early on Haynes. Haynes, the starting shortstop for the Wasps. That pitch off the mark, ball one. Haynes, the junior from Covington, Virginia, Covington High School, bats from the right side. Jacob Zoller on deck. He's the starting right fielder, as this is off the glove of Zymick for a base hit. So runner on for the Wasps. That'll bring up the right fielder Jacob Zoller with Haynes, the base runner, at first. And the pitch from Zymick fouled off. So Zymick with two straight pickoff throws to first base, keeping the leadoff runner Haynes in check. J.J. Wilkes, the first baseman for the Tornadoes. Zoller showing bunt, ball one outside. So a 1-1 count. Perhaps a sacrifice bunt scenario for Emory and Henry. Another pickoff throw to first. So certainly Haynes has Zymek's attention, and understandably so. He is the leadoff hitter, typically one of the speediest players on the team. And then a stolen base attempt and a caught stealing. So Haynes is erased from the equation as Matt Kelly, for the second straight game, guns down a base runner. And just like that, we have one out. So that takes away the sacrifice bunt opportunity, and then a nice looking pitch there for strike two. A 2-2 count. That's fouled off, so we'll stick with the 2-2 count. So very nicely done by catcher Matt Kelly. We saw that earlier this week as well, as that's a foul tip strikeout. So down goes Zoller for out number 2. I'll bring up Hayden Milley, starting third baseman, batting in the 3-hole. First pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. So Zymek has looked effective here in this first inning. Did allow a hit, but it was nothing extraordinary by Emory and Henry, just a ground ball, that comebacker to Zymek that he was unable to handle, and then bounced off towards the right side of the Tornadoes infield. So it's not like it was a hard hit ball. And meanwhile, after a caught stealing by Kelly to erase Haynes, and then a strikeout on a foul tip to Zoller, Zymek will go to work against Milley, but this is lifted, well struck, deep to left center field and over the fence. Home run for Emory and Henry's Hayden Milley. So the 3-hole hitter able to deliver for the Wasps, a 1-0 lead for Emory and Henry. That'll bring up Chandler Cazelli, designated hitter. First pitch swinging is Cazelli. That'll be foul down the right field line. He gave that one a ride. Cazelli, senior from Marshall, Virginia. Bat and throws from the left side. 6'6", as he sends this into center field for the third out of the inning. Zach Allison able to make the putout, but we'll head to the bottom of the first, and Emory and Henry strikes first. 1-0 your score. Wasp on top of the Tornadoes. So we head to the bottom of the first. Jason Jucker leading things off for the Tornadoes against the starting pitcher of the Wasp, Cameron Mullins. Mullins, a freshman out of Rocky Mount, Virginia, Franklin County High School. Jucker behind 0-2 to lead things off for the Tornadoes. Zach Allison on deck, Wilkes in the hole. Swing and a miss, so a three-pitch strikeout for Mullins, out number one. So now to bring up Zach Allison, the starting center fielder, batting in the 2-hole. He's been in this position the last few games. Pitch outside, high, ball one. And the 1-0. Lifted into center field for out number 2, so 5 pitches, 2 outs for Mullins. So after 2 quick outs, here's J.J. Wilkes, starting first baseman for the Tornadoes. The pitch from Mullins paints the outside corner for strike one. And the 0-1. Grounder deep to the shortstop position. That'll be a base hit for J.J. Wilkes. So base runner with 2 outs for the Tornadoes. That'll bring up Ryan Roon, the starting second baseman for the Tornadoes, batting in the 4th spot with J.J. Wilkes, the base runner, on first. The pitch from Mullins, outside, ball one. If the inning continues, Holden Lanier on deck for the Tornadoes. Bottom of the first, a 1-0 lead for the Wasp. Outside, 2-0 the count to Ryan Roon. Roon, the senior out of Dallas, Georgia. And here's the 2-0. Outside, ball 3. So hitters count to Roon with the base runner at first in the form of J.J. Wilkes. And the 3-0. Across the plate for strike one. Clearly a take there by Roon, hoping for the 4th ball for the 4-pitch walk, but now a 3-1 count. And the pitch. Outside, ball 4. So Roon indeed gets the walk. So runners first and second for Holden Lanier. So I'll bring up Holden Lanier, the third baseman, with runners first and second here in the bottom of the first. Lanier, first pitch swinging, fouls that off. Wilkes with a big jump at second base. Wilkes, the runner at second. Roon, the runner at first. Holden Lanier at the plate. 2 outs. Here's the 0-1. Lifted to left field. That's well struck by Ryan Roon, and that's a home run over the left field fence. A 3-run bomb by Ryan Roon. Touch 'em all, Holden Lanier. That's a 3-run home run for Holden Lanier. A 3-run home run by Holden Lanier, and just like that, the Tornadoes are up 3-1. So just like that, a absolute bomb by Holden Lanier to left field, scoring Wilkes and Roon, and absolutely shot out of a cannon. The Tornadoes now up 3-1. The home run by Holden Lanier. 1-2 count. Donnie Carcillo now at the plate trying to keep this inning going for the Tornadoes. And strike three there, but the Tornadoes able to get the damage done. A 3-run home run. 3 runs on 2 hits, including the Holden Lanier home run to left. Your score at the end of 1, Brevard 3, Emory and Henry 1. So after the exciting 3-run bottom of the first for the Tornadoes, the 3-run blast by Holden Lanier, putting the Tornadoes up 3-1. The 5th home run of the season by the Tornadoes, as this is lifted. Jock Pledger on the run and makes the play to retire Talone for out number 1. That'll bring up Nathan Treadway, catcher for Emory and Henry, with 1 down here in the top of the 2nd. As Reed Zymick suddenly is pitching with a lead, up 3-1. Holden Lanier with the home run to left. And Zymick suddenly starting to feel his rhythm, it looks like. A beautiful pitch there, called strike. 1-2 the count. And the 1-2. Outside, 2-2 the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, the pitch. This is lifted to center field. Allison camps out under it for out number 2. Bring up the second baseman, Josh Woodard, after 2 outs by Zymick in the Tornadoes defense. Here's the pitch, showing bunt, strike 1. A missed bunt attempt by Woodard. And now the 0-1. Paints the outside corner for strike 2. Here's the 0-2. Off the plate, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. Top of the 2nd. Tornadoes lead 3-1. The pitch. Popped up. Matt Kelly able to make the play in foul territory. And the Tornadoes, a 1-2-3 inning, will head to the bottom of the second. Your score, Brevard 3, Emory and Henry 1. Matt Kelly heads to the batter's box to lead off the bottom of the second inning for the Tornadoes. Enjoying a 3-1 lead here in the bottom of the second. Kelly, first pitch swinging, a grounder to first base. 3-1 on the putout, out number one. I'll bring up Tristan Jones with a good old-fashioned Western walk-up. 1 out, 0-1 count to Tristan Jones. The pitch from Mullins. Swing and a miss, 0-2. On deck for the Tornadoes, Jock Pledger. Here's the 0-2. High, inside, ball one. Tornadoes with a 3-1 advantage on the Holden Lanier home run to left. Swing and a miss there for strike number 3, 2 down. I'll bring up Jock Pledger, the starting right fielder for their Tornadoes. Pledger blasts that into left field. The sharply hit line drive to left and a base hit for Pledger. Jason Jucker now with Pledger on first. It's worth keeping an eye of Pledger on the base pass. Very fast. Pledger with his second career hit as a collegiate player. A sharply hit line drive to left field. Pledger has 2 stolen bases on the year. Meanwhile, an 0-2 count to the leadoff hitter Jucker with 2 outs here. The pitch. Jucker swings away. That's fouled off down the left field line. Pickoff throw to first. Pledger able to get back. And the 0-2. Foul tip, strike 3. So Pledger is stranded at first base. We'll head to the top of the third. Your score, Brevard 3, Emory and Henry 1. So Dan Roy Boggs will lead things off for Emory and Henry. First pitch, comebacker right up the middle, base hit for Boggs, runner at first for the Wasps. That'll bring up the center fielder number 2, Connor Buchanan, with Boggs at first. Pitch catches the outside part of the plate there. Strike one. 0-1 count. Now showing bunt, another pickoff throw to first. So certainly Boggs has the attention of the Tornadoes and Reed Zymick. The pitch fouled off on the bunt attempt. Strike two. Sacrifice bunt opportunity here, but now with 2 strikes, that is probably negated. And the pitch, swinging away, strike 3. So out number 1. Back to the top of the order we go, Caleb Haynes. So Caleb Haynes, the leadoff hitter for the Wasps, will step into the batter's box against Reed Zymick. Runner at first is Boggs. Haynes lays down a bunt. It's foul. So the Wasp having a hard time laying down a bunt successfully. And trying to move that base runner Boggs over to second. 0-1 count, 1 out, runner at first. A 3-1 advantage for the Tornadoes here in the top of the third. Very pleasant conditions this afternoon. 70 degrees at the first pitch. Another pickoff throw to first. And the 0-1. This is popped up to the Tornado infield. Jason Jucker on the case for out number 2. Now bring up the right fielder, Jacob Zoller, with runner at first. 2 outs now. Zoller, first pitch swinging, fouls that off. Oh, 1 count. Outside, ball 1. 1-1 now the count. Each team with 3 hits, but the Tornadoes, thanks to the Holden Lanier home run, with a 3-1 advantage. The pitch, grounder to second. Fielder's choice made Rune to Jucker for out number 3. We'll head to the bottom of the third. Your score, Brevard 3, Emory and Henry 1. So Zach Allison steps to the plate here in the bottom of the third. Tornadoes with a 3-1 advantage. Here's the 1-0 from Mullins. Called strike. 1-1 the count to Allison. Zach Allison, starting center fielder for the Tornadoes. A dual sport athlete, also plays football for the Tornadoes. Freshman outfielder from Hendersonville, North Carolina. As that's fouled back. Two the count. That's off the plate, 3-2. An interesting result to that foul ball. The baseball stuck in the fencing near our broadcast location. As that's lifted to right field by Allison for out number 1. J.J. Wilkes now at the plate for the Tornadoes. 0-1 the count to Wilkes. 1 out, bases empty, bottom of the third. Tornadoes up 3-1. That pitch off the plate, ball 1. On deck for the Tornadoes, Ryan Rune. 2-2 count off the plate, so the count runs full to J.J. Wilkes. And the 3-2. Fouled back. Got a piece of the catcher on that foul ball. And so the Wilkes-Mullins battle will continue. And the 3-2. Ball 4, Wilkes takes first base on the base on balls. So that'll bring up Ryan Roon, Tornadoes starting second baseman, cleanup hitter. And he has base runner at first base, J.J. Wilkes. First pitch fouled off. 0-1 the count. One out here. Bottom inning number 3. And here's the 0-1. Fouled off. Wilkes was going on that pitch. Foul ball, 0-2 the count. So Wilkes will head back to first base. Did 0-2 the count with one out. Pickoff throw to first. Wilkes able to get back successfully. But certainly Wilkes has the attention of Mullins. And the 0-2. Strike 3. So Roon goes down swinging. That'll bring up Holden Lanier. Now batting for your Tornadoes, the third baseman, number 22, Holden Lanier. So Holden Lanier, after a home run in his first at-bat, an absolute bomb to left field, put the Tornadoes up 3-1, and now Holden Lanier, have yourself a 2-for-2 day so far with a home run, and this third inning continues, runners first and second for the Tornadoes. So that'll bring up Donnie Carcillo, the left fielder. Runners first and second. Wilkes, your base runner at second. Lanier, your base runner at first. Carcillo at the plate. Lanier 2-for-2 with a 3-run home run. The 1-0 to Carcillo. Strike 1. So a 1-1 count with 2 outs here. Tornadoes trying to add to what is already a 3-1 lead here at Gilcohen Field. Weekday matinee. Pickoff throw to second. Almost were able to pick off Wilkes there. That was a very close play at second on that pickoff throw. Now the pitch coming home inside, ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, runners first and second. Carcillo, your batter. Carcillo takes strike 2. The right-hander, Mullins, on the mound, the freshman. And Mullins comes home with the pitch. Carcillo lines that to center for out number 3. We'll head to the top of the 4th. Your score, Brevard 3, Emory and Henry 1. Bring up Hayden Milley to lead off this 4th inning as Reed Zymick goes back to work. Zymick with 2 straight shutout innings after allowing a run in the top of the 1st. And the 1-0. Off the plate, ball 2. Three-zero count. It's a piece of that outside corner for 3-1. Fly ball to right field for out number 1. Now batting the DH number 36, Chandler Cazelli. To bring up Chandler Cazelli, designated hitter. The 6'6" cleanup hitter trying to catch everyone off guard with a bunt. It rolls foul. 0-1 the count. Nobody on, 1 out. The pitch from Zymick. Across the plate for strike number 2. And a 3-pitch strikeout. And then the put out 2-3 for out number 2. Wait. So a bit of a discussion there after the strikeout 2-3. The umpire at first base initially with a call that perhaps Wilkes was off the bag and the runner should have been safe, but then the home plate umpire overruled that. 2 outs, and now out number 3. Quick 1-2-3 inning for Reed Zymick as Talone flies out to right. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. Your score, Brevard 3, Emory and Henry 1. So Matt Kelly will lead things off for the Tornadoes, the 7-hole hitter here in the bottom of the 4th. Mullins going back to work for the Wasp on the mound. First pitch called strike. Like 2-1 now the count. No outs here, inning number 4. That pitch off the plate, 3-1. And Kelly takes the first base on the walk. That'll bring up the DH number 31, Tristan Jones, with Matt Kelly at first. Jones lays down the bunt and able to make the play at second base. Fielder's choice, out number 1. So after the fielder's choice at second, that brings up Jock Pledger. And Tristan Jones now at first base. 1 out, the pitch to Pledger. Outside, low, ball 1. 3-1 lead for the Tornadoes here in the bottom of the 4th. Tornadoes 3 runs on 4 hits, aided by a Holden Lanier 3-run home run back in the bottom of the 1st. This is popped up to short for out number 2. So with 2 outs and a runner on first, here's Jason Jucker, the leadoff hitter for the Tornadoes. As we're back to the top of the order, and Jucker takes ball 1. Here's the 1-0. Jucker fouls that back. And the 1-1. Good looking pitch there. 1-2 the count. And called strike 3 there. So we'll head to the 5th inning. Brevard with a 3-1 advantage. So we head to the top of the 5th. Treadway will lead things off for the Wasps. Starting catcher for Emory and Henry, who made the trip down from the state of Virginia. Out of Emory, Virginia. Division III opponent for the Tornadoes, non-conference. Here on this Wednesday afternoon on the campus of Brevard College. This is the 5th straight home game for the Tornadoes, who will go on the road this weekend for a 3-game series at Huntington. This has popped up just outside of fair territory, and Wilkes with the play for out number 1. Bring up Josh Woodard, the second baseman. Tornadoes with a 3-1 lead here in the top of the 5th. Reed Zymick completely fools Woodard on that pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. After 2 straight swinging strikes, Zymick just misses there, so the count runs to 1-2. And the 1-2. That slice to right field. Jock Pledger able to make the play for out number 2. I'll bring up Dan Roy Boggs. With 2 out, nobody on, and Zymick goes right back to work. A called strike. 0-1 the count. Now 0-2 the count, so Zymick really getting ahead of these hitters. Has just been fantastic after allowing the 1 run in the top of the first, and there's a strikeout. Reed Zymick. And you can see the excitement from the Tornadoes dugout as they congratulate Reed Zymick. And the Tornadoes now with a 3-1 lead as we head to the bottom of the 5th. So Zach Allison will lead things off for the Tornadoes. Here in the bottom of the 5th, Tornadoes with a 3-1 advantage. Allison, Wilkes, and Rune, you're due up here in the bottom of the 5th. That's well struck by Allison into the gap between left and center, but the center fielder on the case for Emory and Henry for out number 1. I'll bring up J.J. Wilkes, the starting first baseman for the Tornadoes, hitting in his familiar 3-hole position. And the pitch to Wilkes. Inside, ball 1. Cameron Mullins continuing his starting appearance for Emory and Henry. The pitch from Mullins. Paints the inside part of the plate for strike 1. 1-1 count, 1 out, nobody on. Tornadoes up 3-1. The pitch. Outside, low, ball 2. Well, temperatures dropping slightly compared to what we had at the start of this one, as Wilkes lifts this into center field over the head of the center fielder. Wilkes turning second, heading to third, and he's safe for the triple for J.J. Wilkes. So after the triple by Wilkes, Rune heads to the plate. First pitch swinging is Rune, and that drops in front of the center fielder for Emory and Henry, and it'll be an RBI single for Ryan Rune, a 4-1 lead for the Tornadoes. So Holden Lanier steps into the batter's box. Lanier with a 3-run home run in the first inning. The Tornadoes have added a run here in the bottom of the 5th on a RBI single by Ryan Roon, driving in J.J. Wilkes, who hit a triple to put himself into scoring position. And now Lanier, well struck to left field. Have a day, Holden Lanier, now 3 for 3 with the home run and 3 RBIs. Runners first and second for Donnie Carcillo. So now a RBI opportunity for Donnie Carcillo with 1 out. Ryan Roon, your base runner on second. Holden Lanier, your base runner on first. Lanier now 3 for 3 on the afternoon. Tornadoes 4 runs on 7 hits. Emory and Henry 1 run on 3 hits. Neither team has committed an error. And the pitch. The 1-0 over the plate, strike one. So 1-1 now your count with 1 out. Here's the 1-1. Inside, 2-1 now the count. So Carcillo getting ahead of Mullins here. And this is lifted to the shortstop position as Haynes makes out number 2. So that'll bring up Matt Kelly, the Tornadoes catcher. Runners first and second, now 2 outs to Kelly. First pitch, ball, 1-0 the count. And the 1-0 over the plate for strike one. One-two the count with 2 outs here. Bottom of inning number 5. And the 1-2. High, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners first and second. Tornadoes with a 4-1 lead. Have already scored 1 run in this frame. That's fouled back. So the at-bat continues for Kelly. And the 2-2. Kelly fouls that off. So turning into a bit of a battle between Mullins and Kelly. Runners first and second. The pitch to Kelly. Fouled back towards our broadcast location. And the pitch. Fouled off on the check swing. What's turning into a lengthy at-bat for Kelly. Count remains 2-2. Runners first and second. The pitch. Kelly, and absolutely robbed there of what could have been a RBI for Kelly. Nice play going up high. The second baseman, Josh Woodard, But Tornado's able to add another run at the end of 5. Brevard 4, Emory and Henry 1. It'll bring up Connor Buchanan to lead things off here. Reed Zymick going back to work. Zymick allowed a run in the first inning and then 4 straight shutout innings. An impressive first career start for Reed Zymick thus far. Zymick through 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, 4 strikeouts, no walks. That pitch completely fools Buchanan. Strike 2. Mullins, the Emory and Henry pitcher, has gone 5 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, 6 strikeouts, and 3 walks. That pitch just misses outside 1-2. And strikeout 2-3. So add another strikeout to Zymick's total. That'll bring up Caleb Haynes. So Zymick now with 5 strikeouts, no walks. 0-1 the count now to the leadoff hitter, Caleb Haynes. That pitch outside, ball 1. Haynes 1 for 2 on the afternoon. The pitch from Zymick. This is ripped down the left field line. This looks like it may be extra bases for Haynes. Haynes is going to stop at second base with a stand-up double. So runner at second for the Wasp. So with a runner at second, which is Caleb Haynes, here's Jacob Zoller, the right fielder for the Wasps. The pitch from Zymek outside, ball one. Hayden Milley on deck. 2-0 now the count. Bullpen empty as the Zymek appearance continues here, but now a conversation with catcher Matt Kelly. So runner on second, 1 out, a 2-0 count to the 2-hole hitter Jacob Zoller. Reed Zymek on the mound for the Tornadoes. Tornadoes lead 4-1 here in the top of the 6th. And the pitch. Outside, ball 3. Zoller takes that strike. So 3-1 the count with 1 out. And the 3-1. Fouled off. Count runs full. Zymek versus Zoller. And the 3-2. Called strike. Very nicely done there by Zymek for strikeout number 6, second of the inning. Big time strikeout there by the freshman Reed Zymek. Now with 6 strikeouts, 5 of the swinging variety. That pitch over the plate, strike 1. Zymek has been very effective thus far through 5 2/3 innings of work, trying to strand that runner at second base and preserve a 4-1 lead for the Tornadoes. This pitch is belted into center field. Zach Allison on the move, covers a lot of ground out there in center field for out number 3. Another runner left on base for the Wasps, and the Tornadoes continue to lead this contest up 4-1. We'll head to bottom of inning number 6 here at Gil Cohen Field. Tristan Jones will lead things off for the Tornadoes here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Tornadoes with a 4-1 advantage. That pitch fouled off. 1-1 the count. 2-1 now the count to Jones. Men's tennis in action today in Orlando, Florida, taking on Wabash, part of a spring break invitational for the Tornadoes tennis teams. Softball will be back in action. Softball's got a 5-game winning streak going, winning 5 straight games in Myrtle Beach as Tristan Jones swing and a miss, out number 1. We mentioned the tennis and softball teams. Who are both on spring break trips to get a bunch of games or matches in Orlando and Myrtle Beach, respectively. As this is hit to the opposite field, second hit of the afternoon for Jock Pledger. Great piece of hitting there, going opposite field with the line drive single. So that'll bring up Jason Jucker with Jock Pledger at first base. Women's lacrosse hits the road this weekend. A game on Saturday at Hollins. That's in Roanoke, Virginia. 1 p.m. the start of that one. And the softball team heads to Fayetteville, North Carolina to get back into USA South Conference play. We mentioned baseball, a 3-game series at Huntington, as Jucker blasts this into center field. On the move is the center fielder, Buchanan. Pledger had to hustle back to first to avoid getting doubled up. Meanwhile, 2 outs here for Zach Allison. So with 2 down, here's Zach Allison. Spring break for the Brevard College student body. I'm glad you're able to join us here for some Brevard College baseball. Tornadoes baseball program making the most out of the spring break, getting a number of games in. That pitch, a called strike. 0-1 the count. Jock Pledger, your base runner at first base. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Tornadoes with a 4-1 lead. 8 tornado hits. And the pitch. This is hit to the opposite field. However, making the play there is Zoller, the right fielder for the Wasps. We'll head to the top of the 7th with your score, Brevard 4, Emory and Henry 1. So Chandler Cazelli will lead things off for the Wasps here in the top of the 7th. And Reed Zymick going back to work in his first career start. Zymick. And he has been sensational thus far. This is hit to left field for out number 1. I'll bring up Joe Talone, the first baseman. So Reed Zymick now, 6 1/3 innings pitched, allowing just 4 runs. Or check that, 4 hits, 1 run, 6 strikeouts, no walks. First pitch of ball. So all that you could ask for Zymick and more in this first career start has just been tremendous. And the 1 run he allowed was way back in the top of the first. He has shut down the Wasp ever since. And another out there as Allison makes the play. So 2 down here in the top of the 7th. That'll bring up Treadway, the catcher, 0 for 2 thus far this afternoon. That is well struck into the gap. Allison, nice job cutting that off to prevent extra bases, so it's a single for Treadway, and that'll bring up Woodard. That'll bring up Josh Woodard, the second baseman. First pitch high, outside, ball 1. That pitch sharply grounded down to left field through the left side of the infield. So now runners first and second with 2 outs. Emory and Henry threatening here in the top of the 7th. That'll bring up Boggs with runners first and second. 2 outs. Zymick trying to get out of this jam. So wild pitch will advance the runners to now second and third. And Zymick has to be even more careful now. 1-1 the count. Runners second and third. The pitch to Boggs. Boggs hits this to right field. Jock Pledger camps out under it for out number 3. 2 base runners stranded at second and third base. We'll head to the 7th inning stretch with your score. Brevard 4, Emory and Henry 1. So J.J. Wilkes will lead things off here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Tornadoes ahead 4-1. Cameron Mullins has been relieved on the mound by number 22, Alex Laws. And Wilkes makes out number 1, so that'll bring up Ryan Roon. So Alex Laws, your new pitcher for the Wasps. Mullins, 6 innings pitch, 4 runs on 8 hits, had 7 strikeouts and 3 walks. Pitcher of record for Emory and Henry. Ryan Roon with 1 out, a 0-1 count in the bases empty. Meanwhile, some action in the Tornadoes bullpen. Looks like Huntley Hacker warming up. As starter Reed Zymick has already gone 7 innings for the Tornadoes. Here's the 1-1. Outside, ball 2. Roon 1 for 2, 2 RBIs. This is lifted into foul territory, out number 2. That'll bring up Holden Lanier here in the bottom of the 7th with nobody on. And Lanier takes ball 1. Tornadoes with 3 runs back in the first inning. A home run by Holden Lanier, who has a 3 for 3 day going with 3 RBIs, that 3-run home run. Holden Lanier, junior out of Lexington, North Carolina, North Rowan High School. Having a career day thus far. Fouled off there. 2-2 the count with 2 outs. Tornadoes have hit 400, 4 of 10 with 2 outs thus far this afternoon. That ball outside, full count. This is blasted to left field. A towering shot by Holden Lanier. Just foul. Holden Lanier displaying some power this afternoon. A 3-run home run to left field. And then that was an absolute towering foul ball. Made it all the way to the woods beyond left field. And now another deep shot. This one almost to the warning track in left center field, but it's going to be out number 3. We'll head to the top of the 8th with your score, Brevard 4, Emory and Henry 1. So Huntley Hacker, the new pitcher for the Tornadoes, after just a tremendous performance by the starting pitcher for the Tornadoes, Reed Zymick. Zymick, 7 innings pitched, 1 run, 6 hits, 6 strikeouts, no walks. Zymick allowed his only run in the first inning, shut down the Wasps in 6 consecutive innings, and now hands the ball to Hacker. And Zymick in position for his first career win in this, his first career start. Just a tremendous effort by Reed Zymick. 84 total pitches, 56 of them for strikes. That's 2 out of every 3 pitches were for strikes. So a pinch hitter for the Wasp to lead off here in top of the 8th. Number 19, Eli Milhorn. He fouls that off for strike 1. Milhorn, the pinch hitter, batting from the left side out of Bluff City, Tennessee. And the pitch from Hacker. Fouled off, strike 2. Hacker, the sidearm throwing junior from Lexington, Kentucky, a transfer from Heartland Community College. And he quickly gets ahead of the pinch hitter Milhorn, 0-2. Top of the 8th. First batter Hacker has faced this evening. Hacker in relief of Reed Zymick. Just hats off to Zymick. Did his job and then some this afternoon. Got more action in the Tornado bullpen. Matthew Scavato warming up now, the lefty. So with Hacker, the right-handed pitcher, on the mound, perhaps Scavato getting prepared for some situational relief work if needed. Meanwhile, a 1-2 count here. This pitch off the plate, so now 2-2 to Milhorn. A 4-1 lead for the Tornadoes here in the top of the 8th. The pitch outside, ball 3. And the pitch fouled off. The at-bat will continue. Well, Tornadoes will be back at home on March 20th through 22nd. A 3-game series versus Pfeiffer in USA South Conference action. Hope to see you here at Gil Cohen Field. This is hit to left field. Carcillo with the out. That'll bring up the shortstop Caleb Haynes back to the top of the order. And the pitch outside, ball 1. 1-0 count to Haynes. One now the count to Haynes. And the 1-1. Haynes lays down a bunt. Lanier trying to make the difficult play. It'll be a bunt base hit for Haynes Runner at first for the Wasps. That'll bring up Hayden Millie after Hacker was able to make that ground out assist. 2 outs here, top of the 8th. Emory and Henry down to just 4 outs if they want to try to mount a comeback here. And the pitch. Check swing, strike 1. 1-1 the count with 2 outs. Runner on second. Millie, your batter. Hacker, your pitcher. Swing and a miss. Hacker fools Millie. And the 1-2. Grounder to second, handled by Rune. He throws over to Wilkes for out number 3. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th. Your score, Brevard 4, Emory and Henry 1. So Donnie Carcillo will lead things off for the Tornadoes here in the bottom of the 8th. There's a new pitcher for Emory and Henry. That's Jordan Smith, the junior from Bassett, Virginia. Eli Milhorn, who was a pinch hitter, remains in the game at third base. And then moving from third base to center field Hayden Milley now in center. One the count to Donnie Carcillo. Jordan Smith on the mound, third pitcher of the afternoon for the Wasps. Ball four there to Carcillo, so runner at first. Leadoff walk for Carcillo. Matt Kelly heading into the batter's box. With Carcillo, runner at first base. The pitch to Kelly, fouled back, strike one. Tornadoes trailed 1-0 at the end of a half inning. Scored 3 in the bottom of the first on a Holden Lanier 3-run blast to left field to take a 3-1 lead, and then added a run in the fifth. And the Tornadoes with a 4-1 advantage. Joseph Zub in the on-deck circle. So potential pinch hitter here for the Tornadoes. The 1-2 to Kelly, outside, ball two. Two count, runner at first, the speedy Donnie Carcillo. In the pitch, outside, ball three. Full count to Kelly. Tornadoes trying to perhaps add one more insurance run to a 4-1 advantage. Ground ball to short, able to make the lead out. Fielder's choice goes 6-4, and that'll bring up Joseph Zub, the pinch hitter. So that'll bring up Joseph Zub with the Frank Sinatra New York, New York walk-up song. Zub, the sophomore from Levittown, New York, on Long Island in Nassau County. And Zub hitting from the left side with Carcillo, the runner at first. Jock Pledger on deck. Zub fouls that off down the left field line. So 0-2 count, one out. Carcillo, your runner at first. Zub, your batter. At bat will continue for Zub. fouling off several offerings. Then a swing and a miss. Out number 2. That'll bring up Jock Pledger, who has a 2-for-3 afternoon going. That pitch gets by the catcher. It's going to be a wild pitch as runner now at second. So runner in scoring position for Pledger. Potential insurance run here for the Tornadoes, who are enjoying a 4-1 lead. Here's the 1-0. Inside, ball 2. And the 2-0 to Pledger. Inside, ball 3. Nice take there by Pledger. So a 3-0 count. That pitch paints the inside part of the plate. 3-1 count. 2 outs. Runner on second. Pledger fouls that off. Count runs full. Tornadoes at Huntington. 3-game series begins Friday at 7 p.m. Series continues Saturday and Sunday in Montgomery, Alabama. The pitch, ball 4, so runners first and second, and go back to the top of the order in Jason Jucker. So that'll bring up Jason Jucker now with 2 runners on and 2 outs. The pitch to Jucker, outside, ball 1. And the 1-0. Called strike, 1-1. And the 1-1. Jucker puts that into play. And a difficult play there for the shortstop. It'll be bases loaded after the infield hit for Jucker. So now bring up Zach Allison, the center fielder for the Tornadoes, with a bases loaded opportunity here with 2 outs. That pitch outside for ball 1. Here's the 1-0. Called strike, 1-1 the count. So bases are juiced for Zach Allison. Opportunity here for the Tornadoes to add to a 4-1 advantage. One, 2 the count after the called strike. That ball in the dirt. 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded. The pitch to Allison, high, ball 3. And the pitch. Ball 4, an RBI walk for Allison adds another run for the Tornadoes. Tornadoes now up 5-1. So that'll bring up J.J. Wilkes after the bases loaded walk by Allison gives the Tornadoes another insurance run, now leading by 4 runs, and the Wasp down to just 3 outs as we're here in the bottom of the 8th. Big 2-out bases loaded walk drawn by Allison. Wilkes sends this down the right field line, out of play, foul. Oh, 2 the count with 2 outs. The pitch. Wilkes fouls this back, and the catcher, Buchanan, able to make the play for out number 3. So new pitcher for the Tornadoes is Matthew Scavano, trying to close out this victory for Brevard College. Up 5-1 as we head to the top of the 9th. Due up for the Wasp, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters, Cazelli, Talone, and Treadway. So a difficult part of the batting order for Scavano. And the left-hander will go to work against Cazelli to start this top of the 9th. So Cazelli steps into the batter's box against Matthew Scavano. Swing and a miss there. So Scavano getting ahead of Cazelli early on in a 3-pitch strikeout. Matthew Scavano freezes Cazelli for out number 1. That'll bring up the first baseman, Joe Talone, with 1 out, nobody on. Tornadoes now 2 outs away from earning this victory over Emory and Henry. That pitch outside, ball 1. Top of inning number 9, Brevard 5, Emory and Henry 1. The pitch just misses, ball 2. On deck, Nathan Treadway. And there's out number 2, and that'll bring up Treadway. So Tornadoes now 1 out away, leading 5-1. Matthew Scavato going to work now against Treadway. Scavato gets the sign from Kelly. The pitch, low, ball 1. Scavato, the left-handed sophomore from Charlotte, East Mecklenburg High School. Three-one the count with 2 outs. If this inning continues, Woodard on deck. Called strike there, so now 1 strike away from the win, the Tornadoes. 3-2 count with 2 outs. The pitch from Scavato. Just called strike 3. Tornadoes with the win, 5-1. Matthew Scavato, 1-2-3 inning to close this out. Tornadoes win, 5-1. So the Tornadoes win 5-1. Tornadoes 5 runs on 9 hits, no errors. Emory and Henry 1 run on 7 hits and no errors. Reed Zymick, the winning pitcher for the Tornadoes, just a tremendous performance by Zymick. 7 innings pitched, 1 run allowed, 6 strikeouts, no walks, 6 hits allowed. Zymick allowed a run in the first inning, but then shut out the Wasp in 6 straight innings. Great job by Zymick. Huntley Hacker with an inning of relief, also a shutout inning, just allowing 1 run. And then Matthew Scavato enters the game in the 9th inning, pitches a 1-2-3 ninth with 2 strikeouts. Scavato getting 2 Wasp batters, striking them out looking. And the Tornadoes pitching staff was just tremendous today. Meanwhile, at the plate, Holden Lanier with the big day, 3 for 4 at the plate with 3 RBIs. He hit a 3-run bomb way back in the first inning. And then Ryan Roon, 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs and a run scored. J.J. Wilkes, 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored. Also, Jock Pledger, 2 for 3 on the day and a walk. So a great team victory by the Tornadoes. Getting it done in all phases of the game. No errors. Pitching was just tremendous, shutting out the Wasp innings 2 through 9, led by that starter, Reed Zymick, who, by the way, this was his first career start, and what a debut as a starting pitcher for Reed Zymick. Well, the Tornadoes will be back in action on the road this weekend Friday through Sunday at Huntington in Montgomery, Alabama. And then your next chance to see the Tornadoes here at Gil Cohen Field, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, March 20th through 22nd. The series begins Friday, March 20th at 3 p.m. The Saturday, game 2 of the series is a 2 p.m. start, and then Sunday the 22nd at 1 p.m. That's Tornadoes versus Pfeiffer. Your next home games for Brevard College baseball. Well, want to thank our entire crew behind the scenes who made this possible. Members of the Brevard College women's lacrosse team really getting it done here and helping us out behind the scenes. Good luck to the Tornadoes who hit the road up to Virginia for a game this weekend. And hope the Tornadoes student body are enjoying their spring break. We'll be back at class this coming Monday. Well, 5th straight home game over this spring break, and glad you're able to join us for much of this action, wherever you may be tuning in from. Your final score for the final time, Brevard 5, Emory and Henry 1. Go Tornadoes.